Well, this show certainly lived up to its name. I'm Boss 6. I'm about to with another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver Night 1. A couple things. One, I sound terrible. It's because I am currently sick. I'm not like infected or contagious or anything. It's just my sinus is acting up and this stupid pollen, and I can't do it this time of year. But besides that, I'm okay, still recovering from what happened yesterday. And if you guys know, then you know I ain't going to be talking about it on camera. But I did watch NXT last night, and guys, this is one of the best TakeOver specials I've seen in a dog's age. Probably since TakeOver War Games 2019. Bar none. This is one of the best TakeOver specials. Now, there's a couple things I'll get a little nitpicky with. And also, I only watch this on the USA Network, and currently NXT Night 2 is starting, and I ain't reviewing it. I'm sorry. I'll possibly try to. Highly doubt it's going to happen. But with that out of the way, another thing is that there were some interviews that I didn't have a chance to get to. Again, I only saw this on the USA Network because I don't have Peacock. So again, please bear with me. I did see the pre-show match. Zoe Stark versus Toni Storm. It was a pretty fun match for what it was. Zoe really coming into her own as this young up-and-comer, and Toni Storm being a veteran, obviously. And, her and Juice Robinson are a great couple. Toni Storm looking fabulous, as always. And, good back and forth stuff. Very, very good stuff. But in the end, going for a Storm Zero. Nope. Roll up. 1, 2, 3. Zoe wins. Okay. Then we got Nita Strauss, who's a solo guitarist, who's also played for Alice Cooper, which I have heard of her name, and I actually had to look up, and I'm like, oh, I'm dumb. But she's played a few solos for NXT before. She does National Anthem. It was good. Kind of got a little wonky towards the end, but it was still very, very good. Great guitars. We're going to kick off the night with Pete Dunne versus Kushida. This was a great opener. Very, 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 very great opener. Technically precise, technically sounded workers. Kushida working on a hoverboard lock. Dunne obviously doing some joint manipulation. Thankfully, Riddle wasn't there. And, going for the fingers, and Kushida trying to get the hoverboard lock on. Great back and forth stuff. Dunne trying to hit the bitter end, but he couldn't because his arms all twisted and all that stuff. Hoverboard lock on the top rope, and then Kushida hooks it on after they fall off. Kushida doing great stuff here. I feared they were gonna mess him up because they didn't know what to do with him. They'll have something to do with him, and then they won't do anything with him later on. I don't get NXT's logic. But in the end, Kushida gets caught. Bitter end, 1, 2, 3. This was a great match. Great, nearly 11-minute match. Good stuff. Pete Dunne with new music. It doesn't really click with me. And then Io and Zoe and Raquel and Dakota. It shows a little thing that showed up earlier. Then we get the Gauntlet Eliminator. 6 men in 1 ring, human centipede together, and whoever wins gets to receive an NXT North American title shot against Johnny Gargano on the next night. Your participants are Bronson Reed, Isaiah Scott, Cameron Grimes, LA Knight, Dexter Lumis, and Leon Ruff. Ruff and Scott start off because they were the first 2 that were eliminated from the Gauntlet, from the Battle Royal last week. Good stuff back and forth and all that stuff. Again, I'm sorry if I'm sounding off. My nose is very stuffy. And my throat's dry. And then Jesus. Reed comes out. I would like to say another thing is I do how there's a little, entrance, a little ramp towards the ring. That was some cool stuff. That was stuff from WCW in the 90s and all that stuff. That was a cool little thing there. And then, Reed does big man stuff. And then, Cameron Grimes, he comes out. He's trying to, do this whole chicanery with all of his money bribery and all that stuff. And I like Cameron Grimes, but this gimmick ain't working for me. And then the man who doesn't, the man who will never blink, aka Dexter Lumis, for the love of God, sir, can you please blink? The children are watching. He comes out, he does his weird shtick. And then, when Lumis was coming up, Leon Ruff gets eliminated. So that was cool. And then, LA Knight comes out. He starts talking trash, literally. Then, Lumis puts on the silence on Cameron Grimes, but LA Knight, aka Eli Drake for you, Impact and NWA Power fans, he rolls up Lumis, but he gets a 3 count, but also Cameron Grimes was tapping out, but the referee never saw it. So, Lumis gets eliminated, and then everybody kind of teams up on LA Knight. Tsunami off the top rope. And Breed eliminates LA Knight, and then Lumis hits the silence on LA Knight. And then Cameron Grimes gets eliminated, and now it's down to the final 2. It's down between Isaiah Scott and Bronson Reed. Jonah Rock versus Killshot. Who will win? Or Shane Strickland. Good back and forth between these two. 3, kicks to the head, but no, Bronson kicks out. No, not Charles Bronson. God, that would be weird. Bronson's been dead for 18 years. That's kind of sad. Anyways, Reed, powers out all of it. In the end, a tsunami! 1, 2, 3, Bronson Reed wins. The match itself had its moments, but if I'm going to be honest, it was kind of filler. In some spots. It went for nearly 25 minutes, which, okay, I can see the story you're telling, but you could have cut some fat off of it. That's all I'm saying. We get all that stuff. And then we get Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT United Kingdom Championship. This is one of the best Walter matches I've ever seen. This is probably my 3rd favorite. One of the best matches I've seen in a while. Again, I said this is my 3rd favorite Walter match. It's this one, his match against not Pete Dunne. That was a good match, but it's not one of my favorites. His match against Tyler Bate, NXT UK Cardiff, and his showdown against Ilya Dragunov in October of last year. This match was brilliant. Ciampa bringing back, saying he'll bring back the NXT, 2018 Ciampa. These two beat the shite out of one another. Seriously, look at Walter's chest. It is nothing compared to Tommaso. Tommaso looks fantastic for his age. He's in his early 40s, I think. He looks phenomenal, in phenomenal shape. This match was incredible. Brilliant from start to finish. This was a fantastic match. Great stuff. I absolutely adore this match. I can't... Me talking about the match won't do it justice on just how brilliant this match is. One of the best matches of all time, in my opinion. This is a 5-star. Probably my favorite match on the card so far. And that's no mean feat. I can't talk about how great this match is. Just watch it. But Air crash off the apron, or not off the apron, off the top rope. I actually forgot to say this earlier, but Isaiah Scott hit a freaking power slam to Bronson Reed on the apron. That was a pretty cool spot. I forgot to mention that. Sorry. But Airy crash off the top rope. No, Walter just chopping Ciampa. Champing Ciampa, if you want to say that. God, try and saying that 5 times fast. Again, I can't do justice on how great this match is. Walter just being, like, I heard that TV won't do justice on how loud those chops are. And frankly, I believe the people. Like, seriously, it is insane on, like, these chops are so hard and so loud that it'll give Ric Flair an aneurysm. I swear to God it will. But Tommaso trying to find a way out of it, targeting the arm because, Walter's got those giant arms that will just frickin' take your head off if he wants to. Walter doing everything to keep Ciampa down, just pounding and pounding. A big Austrian man pounding a Milwaukee man. Again, not my first experience. Delete your research history, kids. This was a great match. Again, I'm just gushing this match. But in the end, powerbomb, 2 powerbombs. No, a kick out. Larry, or a exploding German chop, 1, 2, 3. That is how you make a great match and tell a fantastic story. Imperium come out and greet their leader. Phenomenal. I just adore this match. Then we get a Pomeranian going around and it's coming up to the ring. Franky Monet, aka it's gonna be Taya Valkyrie. And I think there was a backstage promo or backstage segment that involved Gargano and Reed, where Gargano says he's gonna be 100%. And he's gonna be 100% going into their match at night 2. Probably foreshadowing that Gargano's going to lose the title, which I would be all against. I don't hate Gargano as a wrestler. As a personality, he is trash. And then we get MSK versus Lego, I'll just say Legado del Fantasma and the Grizzled Young Veterans. Triple threat for the NXT UK tag titles, the Vignette tag titles. Great match. It did drag for a couple minutes. I'd say if you gave this couple minutes off, I would have been fine with it. But they tell a good story of MSK, be doing whatever it takes to win the titles. Match starts off just fast and furious. No, not the movie series. Drake and Gibson, just being the technical wrestlers, while Wilder Mendoza and MSK being the high flyers. There was a spot that was just beautiful where Wesley, aka Zachary Wentz, for your Impact fans, was caught in a shank, was getting his arm targeted, and Gibson put on the Shankly Gates, which was a great submission, by the way. And then Nash Carter, he tries to, he tries to get in, but, nothing works. Actually, I'm sorry, Nash Carter's actually Zachary Wentz, and Wesley, he's actually Desmond Xavier. I'm sorry, I got that mixed up. But anyways, Desmond, he's getting his arm targeted, and, Shankly Gates is put on. Nash Carter stops it. He puts his hands like this, like, no, don't do that. But he's also caught in the rear naked choke, and then he passes out. Nash Carter's out. Like, he tried to prevent, Wesley from, tapping out. And then all of a sudden, was it Wild, or I think it was Mendoza, I believe, dropkick from out of nowhere. That was a great spot. I love that spot. I thought they were going to give it to JYV for a second. But that Doomsday Device like maneuver that, JYV knows does all the time to Wild, or to it's to Mendoza or Wild, I couldn't tell which is which, takes them out, and then a double stop burning hammer to one of them Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry about that. You know, he takes out the other member of Legado del Fantasma. Then the two face off. And in the end, MSK wins. Beautiful story. You could tell that Nash Carter, I believe, is very emotional. He lost his father in his junior year, or in his high school years. That has to be very emotional for him. Great story by two great young up-and-comers. This was a very, very good match. Though, to be fair, dragged for just a couple minutes. I'm not complaining anyway. And then Steph and Sarray, I guess that's how you pronounce her name, are in the crowd. Did Steph even know who she was? Like, seriously, did Steph even know who she was? Seriously, I don't get it. And then we get Raquel Gonzalez versus Io Shirai for the NXT Women's title. This was fantastic. Again, I'm clapping again, but this was a great match. Dakota Kai gets, tossed up by the ref, which somehow doesn't cause a DQ. Very good David versus Goliath, Raquel being this tall, statuesque, just beast, just trying to take down the small but very powerful and impactful Io Shirai. One of the best women's wrestlers going on to this day, and you can fight me on that. This was a great match. Shirai literally throwing everything but the kitchen sink and Gonzalez. Moonsaulting onto her. Going on top of the little skull thing that was on top of the ramp, which was a pretty cool set piece. That looks like something like, I'm like, okay, are we going 98 Survivor Series Deadly Games tournament up in here? Shirai dives off of that. That looked like a hurt because it looks like Shirai kind of had a rough, landed rough on her knee right there. And then, in the end, moonsault, no, and a kick out. One-arm powerbomb. That one-arm chokeslam, like powerbomb maneuver that Raquel does onto the floor. And, Raquel's saying, stay down. Lariat. Another one-arm powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. Raquel Gonzalez wins the title. This was a great match. And they did say it was the first time... it was the first ever, women to won the NXT and the NXT Women's Tag titles. No, Ember's the first one because she won the NXT title back in 2018. And she is now, NXT Tag Champion. And yes, I have looked at the results for Night 2. And Ember and Shotzi did retain their titles. So, a little spoiler on that. But this was a big ending, and I just loved it. And so this was a great match. And hopefully you guys enjoy my nasally review of this. Seriously, I'm sorry that I sound terrible. It's because I've been, allergies are a bitch. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoy my review of NXT UK, or not NXT UK, Jesus. NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. What did you guys think of the show? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Let me know down in the comments below. Were your predictions right? Because I think besides maybe one or two, I got all my predictions right. So, with that out of the way, I am also Basics. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, join Herd. I'll talk to you guys next video. Peace out.